What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing? My name is Type Yugioh, and I want to welcome you guys back to another video on the channel. Today we got a video deck profile on my Six Samurai deck. The reason why I'm bringing this deck profile to you guys is because I was building this and I was building my Six Samurai deck today, and I found a couple things that needed to be in the deck. So I'm like, let me put these things in the deck first before I make a deck profile, because I was gonna make a deck profile on this deck like 2 days ago, but I'm like, you know what, there's stuff missing, so let me just put it together before I make one. And here we are. And I know there's gonna be some choices, that you guys probably will question, but keep in mind this isn't something that everybody plays at locals or even at regionals at all. So you guys are gonna see card choices that may not seem like something that's meta, but trust me, when it comes to a certain play style, you gotta understand that everybody has a different play style, on how to play a certain deck. That's why people are more comfortable with playing more hand traps, less hand traps, spells. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the person's play style. I believe that every deck has a possibility of getting somewhere, as long as you're familiar with the play style and as long as you're comfortable with playing with that deck's play style. So let's get into this deck. I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm playing. I'm gonna give you my the deck profile itself, and if you guys have any questions, or if you have any recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Besides that, let's get to the deck profile. So for starters, we're going to be playing 2 copies of Anarchist Monk of the Six Samurai. This is one of your main starters in the deck. Not only does it get special summon when you have a Six Samurai on board, but when it gets destroyed or when it gets sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add the Six Samurai quick play spell from the deck to the hand. And then it has an effect on the bottom that says the level of all monsters your opponent controls are reduced by 1. Bam. So that's just that side effect right there. But not only is this a good special summon, but obviously this is one of your main cards to get into your synchro plays. You're gonna see on the extra deck that I play a certain amount of cards for a specific reason. But we're playing 2 of this because not only can it become a break if you play that 3, but if you play that 1, you're just not going to see it at all. So I believe that 2 is a good number because you're going to see it when you need to see it, and you're not going to see it when it becomes a break, or if you do, it's a good discard at the end of the day. So I played 2 copies for that reason. We're playing 2 copies of Tactical Trainer. The reason why I'm playing 2, like I said, is because it's similar to Anarchist, where this card can possibly become bricky if you play 3, and 1 if you won't see it at all, like I said before. But when it comes to this one, when it gets sent to the graveyard, you can add a 6 strike card from your deck or give it to the hand. And not only is this good, but this also gets special summoned when you have a 6 Samurai on board, just like Anarchist. So this is another way of getting into your synchro plays. The only difference is that one's a level 3 and another one's a level 2. So you can weigh your options with these 2 cards out. Next, we're playing pretty much the main 6 Samurai of the deck, Legendary 6 Samurai Kizan. This is your go-to card in the deck. Obviously, it's your level 4 spam card in the deck. Now, we're going to read this out real quick for you people who never seen 6 Samurai. It says, if you control a 6 Samurai monster with a different name, you can special summon this card from your hand. And while you control 2 or more 6 Samurai monsters, this card gains 300 attack and defense. So not only is this a beat stick on board, but this also helps you get to synchro plays, and it also helps you gain counters with cards such as Cian's Dojo, Gateway of the 6, which is your main spell card in the deck. And as long as you're gaining counters, you can also go for your Battle Shogun as well. Just gaining those Bushido counters on board to get to other plays and other special summons. And then eventually, this card can get you into a whole board that's filled with synchro monsters, link monsters, and all that other stuff. So, you play 3 of this. You have to play 3 of this. If you don't, that's a problem. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Legendary 6 Samurai Kageki. The reason why we play this is because this is just another special summon in the deck. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon a level 4 or lower 6 Samurai from your hand, while you control another face-up 6 Samurai monster with a different name. This card can gain 1500 attack. So this is similar to Kizan, where it gains attack if you control another 6 Samurai, but this is also another special summon. You can special summon another 6 Samurai card when this card is normal summon. So you play 3 of this for that specific reason. So far you have so many special summon monsters in this deck, and the main reason that you play all these special summon cards is obviously to get into your synchro plays, because you want to have as much negates on board as possible. So you're playing 3 of this because it's never bad to see this card. As long as you can make a normal summon out of this card and you have another 6 samurai on hand, this card can become very handy. Next, you're playing 1 Hatsume. I was thinking about cutting this card, I'm not too sure, but the reason why I have this card, number 1, because it can get you to, it could get you out of certain breakages. So I'll just read the effect real quick. You could banish 2 6 samurai monsters from a graveyard or face up on your field, then target 1 6 samurai in your graveyard, except Hatsume, and special summon it. You can only use the effect of 6 samurai Hatsume once per turn. If exactly 1 6 samurai monster you control and no other cards will be destroyed by a card of fate, you can banish this card from a graveyard instead. So this can possibly get you back some synchro monsters that got destroyed recently during your turn. And this could become a big help later on, later in the game, if the game lasts long in general. Because I know nowadays, usually when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, games don't last longer than like 5 minutes, depending on what deck you're playing. If you're playing the mirror match, it could last you like an hour, but now it's only 45-minute games. But like I said, this card comes in handy when it needs to. So you got options. You can either cut it or you can save it for late game possibilities. We're playing 1 Fuma. The reason why we're playing 1 Fuma is because it's just a level 1. It's a level 1 tuner. So if you need to get to your level 5s synchros, you can. I don't usually play this card for anything else. I think this card's a brick, but it is a level 1 tuner, so it does help out here and there when you need it. Next, we're playing 1 Elder of the 6 Samurai. This is basically a Cyber Dragon of the deck. I don't see a lot of people playing this card at all. This is another special summon card when you do need it. And it's a level 3 on top of that. So if you have, for example, let's say, you only have these 2 cards in hand, right? But you need to go for a rank 3 because you have nothing else on board. This is your Cyber Dragon. You could just normal summon this card, special summon this card and normal summon, and then either link these 2 off for Battle Shogun or just succeed them for a rank 3. So this card does come in handy for certain plays. I don't think this card's a brick at all. A lot of people cut it because it's just a regular rank, a level 3. But like I said, this card comes in handy all the time when you need it. I don't think there's ever been a time where this card became a problem for me. Besides it only being 400 attack. That's pretty much it. But besides that, this card is heavily used in my deck because it could go for your legendary level 6 samurai, and then it's just another special summon in the deck, so it helps out. You know what I'm saying? So play 1 of those. We play the red and blue package. Only 1 copies of each because for some odd reason I cannot find these cards on TCG Player. I would love to play 2 and 2, but unfortunately, I haven't been able to see them, so we're playing 1 and 1 for now. They basically special summon out each other, and this is similar to Keyzone, where you just build Bushido counters with these cards, and they just have their other effects. So it says if you control Shinai, you can special summon this card from a hand, and once per turn, you contribute another 6 samurai monster, target 1 card on the field, and destroy that target. And then it says you control Mizuho, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is tributed, select 1 6 samurai in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So basically what you're doing when these 2 are on board, you're using her effect to ditch him, destroy, and then use his effect to go ahead and target a 6 samurai in the graveyard and add it to the hand. So basically you're just looping this card to the hand all the time with using her effect. So it comes handy. We're playing 1 Grandmaster. Another Cyber Dragon in the deck. It's a good level 6 beast stick in the deck. Great Shogun Shin. Card's broken. I don't understand why people don't play this card. I think this card is absolutely busted. It says if you control 2 or more 6 samurai monsters, you can spell summon this card from your hand. Your opponent can only activate 1 spell and 1 trap card per turn. If this card will be destroyed, you could destroy 1 face-up 6 samurai monster you control instead. This card is so broken nowadays because it stops your opponent from playing multiple spells, multiple traps, multiple effects in general, and it just limits them to what they could do. So if you're going first, this card has to be on the field. Has to, at all times. Next, for the hand traps, we're only playing a short variety of them, just 3. Nibiru, Effect Veil, and Draw and Lockbird. The only reason why I'm playing 3 is because your deck It's heavily based off trying to get these bricks out on the field as much as possible, and you don't want to play a whole lot of hand traps, honestly. It's just not needed for this deck specifically, so I'm only playing one of each of these just in case it does come in handy. Effect Veiler can come in handy here and there, Drow could come in handy in the Beirut, but you can side deck the rest if you want. For the traps, I'm going to be playing 6 Strike, 6 Tuplet Barrage. The only reason why I have this card is honestly for OTK, and that's pretty much it. You're only playing one copy of this, well, personally for me, because I want to go to the OTK, but like I said, it's not necessary to play this card. I just like it for its tech, but it's up to you if you want to play this card. If you want to read that, you can pause the video, but it's a good OTK card nonetheless. Next, we're playing one copy of Musakani. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's just a counter trap that comes in handy when your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or a monster effect that destroys a card while you control 6 Samurai, and negate that activation if you do destroy it. I prefer playing this over Solemn Judgment any day of the week in the 6 Samurai deck because you do not have to pay half your life points to activate this effect, so this comes in handy. Next, we're playing Solemn Strike. Solemn Strike could come in handy here and there because you're going to activate this card all the time, so Solemn Strike comes in handy for any activations in general. We're playing 2 copies of Ice Dragon's Prison. This card comes in handy all the time. Just to read the effect, it says target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to the field, but its effects are negated. Then you can banish one monster from both players' field that have the same type as each other, and you can only activate one Ice Dragon Prison once per turn. This is a good card when you need to get one of your opponent's cards out from grave, and just based off the archetype, you could banish that card and then your opponent's card at the same time. You're using your opponent's card against them. That's how good this card is, and a lot of people don't really use this card because it's just a trap. But I guarantee you, if it was a spell, this card would be broken. So I play 2 of them. For the spells, we're playing 3/6 Samurai United. This is your pot of greed in the deck. I've had multiple situations where I activated all 3 of them at once, and that was just a free draw 3 or even a draw 3 in general. So these work when you have Bushido counters on them. That's why Gateway of the 6 is so important, because Gateway of the 6 and this on the field is instantly just OTK if you need to. So yeah. Cunning of the 6 Samurai, we're playing 1 copy. I've seen people play 2 of these. I think it's 1 is fine. It says select 1 face of 6 Samurai monsters you control. Actually in your graveyard, I'm sorry. Special summon 1 6 Samurai from either player's graveyard. So this card is important. It's just a monster born in the deck for your 6 Samurai, and it does come in handy. We're playing Gateway to 6 Samurai, main card in the deck. Konami needs to bring this card up to 3. I don't care what anybody says. This card is not that broken nowadays. If this card was broken beyond me, people would be playing this deck by now. But this card is not that broken as it was back in 2012. This card needs to be played. Not only does it give you back your keysons and it gives you so many searches, but it also allows you to build up a big board when you need it. But at the same time, like I said, this card is not that crazy nowadays. I'm being very honest. It's broken, but it's not that broken. Like, you could still beat this deck. This deck could still be beaten by Yugioh. This deck could still be beaten by Mitsurugi, even with this card being played at 2. I'm just saying. So bump this card up to 3, Konami, please. If y'all want to read the effect, I can pause it. But I feel like for you people who've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, y'all know this effect already. So I don't gotta explain it too much. But you need this card in the deck. If you're playing 6 Samurais without this card, you're stupid. We're playing 6 Strike, Triple Impact. This card comes in handy, obviously. Not only does this blow up your opponent's board when you have 3 or more 6 Samurais, but you can choose what to blow up. So basically, this is a Lightning Storm for 6 Samurai. This card is broken. You play this card. 6 Strike Double Assault. I've been thinking about bumping this card up to do, because not only is this a monster born for your deck, but this is also a Book of Moon for your opponent, basically. So card comes in handy. She and Smoke Signal, only playing 1 because I already have searchers. I already have multiple special summons in the deck. I see a lot of people playing this card up to 3. I think that's a brick. Don't play 3 of them. I think 1 or 2 is fine max. So good searcher. Sheen's Dojo, we're playing 1 copy of this. I'm thinking about bumping it up to 2, but I'm going to read this for you guys real quick. It says, each time a 6 Samurai monster is no more special summon, place 1 Bushido counter on this card. You can send this card to the graveyard, special summon 1 6 Samurai or Sheen effect monster from your main deck whose level is less than or equal to the number of Bushido counters on this card. So this card is absolutely broken. I'm not going to hold you. This card can get you out your Great Shogun Sheen. It could get you out any type of missing pieces you need from the deck. This card can come absolutely in handy. So, play this card. Since we only have 1 gateway, you gotta play the Sheen's Dojo. So, unfortunately, that's what we came down to. For generic spells, Book of Moon, we're playing 2 copies. This card is absolutely good for the deck. I believe that people are sleeping on generic cards like this. Play this because this annoys the hell out of your opponent. So, yeah. 2 Cosmic Cyclone. This is absolutely good for the deck. I believe that people are missing out, like I said, on generic spell cards and traps like these. Not only does this banish back row, but this also stops OD on deck. This stops Yugioh. This stops attacking on whatever decks are being played nowadays. This card can stop it. People are just sleeping on this card so much, and it's simply because you gotta pay 1,000 life points. But it's whatever. Monster Reborn, Rhoda, and then Pot of Avarice. I'm playing these 3 because these are not only generic, but Pot of Avarice allows you to recycle your cards back into the deck because this deck actually needs it. So not only is it a draw 2, but it's just a recursion. And then you already know what these 2 do: monster recursion and then search. So that's the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. We're playing 2 copies of Legendary Lord Sheen. 6 Samurai Sheen. Not only is this your searcher, but this stops your opponent from activating spell trap effects. I think. Hold up. Oh, yeah, monster effects. I'm sorry. Yeah, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can simply negate it. So this card would have been broken back in the day. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of okay nowadays, but you're playing 2 specifically for the search, and also because it just simply negates. But yeah, that's pretty much the main focus of this card. There's not much to talk about it. We're playing 1 Legendary Lord 6 Samurai Kizan. This is one of the newer cards to come out for this deck. It says 6 Samurai monsters you control gain 600 attack and defense during the battle phase only. You can only use each of the following Kizan's effect once per turn. During your main phase, which is a quick effect, you can banish 1 6 strike card from a graveyard, then target 1 card on the field and destroy it. If you control 2 or more 6 Samurai monsters, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. So not only does this recur itself, but depending on how many 6 strike cards you have in the deck, which is the spell and trap cards, you can honestly ruin your opponent's board just with this card alone. So play your 6 strike cards. You have 1, 2, what's the third one? 3. So I have 3 chances to ruin my opponent's board just with Kizan, which is very important in the deck. Next, we're playing 2 Sheen. This is your spell trap negate. This is the OG Sheen right here. You play 2 copies of this because you need it. I hate when people play 1 copy of this. I think it's so stupid. But this is your OG Sheen, man. It's a quick effect as well. This just stops your opponent from playing, triple tactics, talents, thrust, lightning storm, anything that your opponent needs to ruin your board. This card stops it. So 2 copies of those. We're playing 1 Anishi because it's just another name. I don't really care for this card, but we play it just for the name. Coral Dragon. It's another board breaker, honestly, depending on the situation you're in. So we play 1 of those. TG Hyper Librarian because it's a draw. It's a pot of greed for the deck with your synchro summons, which you do a lot in this deck. So we play 1. And then for the links, we're playing 3 Battle Shoguns because this is another way of getting to your gateway of the 6, which allows you to get into Kizan, which allows you to bring into that big board that I was talking about with getting multiple synchros out in the deck. And this is just your main starter in the deck for the deck in general. So you play 3 of those. And then finally we play 1 Shadow of the 6 Samurai Sheen. This is one of my tech cards in the deck, and honestly it's just a really cool card in general. This is another beast stick, and it could possibly win you a game here and there if needed. Yeah, it's a pretty good card in the deck, and it can help you OTK. This is basically Sprite Gamma Burst, but in a monster form for 6 Samurai. So yeah, Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below on this deck. Is this deck something you would consider playing? I'm definitely gonna try playing this deck at locals on Tuesday and see how I do. I should be doing pretty good with all the cards I have in this deck. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.